Hey guys, tonight we wake up with the first light of the Song Dynasty, stepping into cities alive with the clatter of daily life and the comforting aroma of brewing tea. Imagine yourself in a bustling marketplace where merchants hawk silk and spices, scholars hurry with scrolls tucked under their arms, and street vendors prepare breakfast for the early risers. The city's narrow streets buzz with the chatter of neighbors, the clink of pottery, and the gentle ripple of water in nearby canals. Before you settle in, too comfortably, picturing yourself strolling through ancient Chinese streets. Here's a cheeky reality check: you probably won't survive the crowds or the relentless hustle of city life. But, hey, that's exactly what makes this so captivating. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. And while you're at it, drop your location and local time in the comments. I'd love to know where you're tuning in from. Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum. And let's ease into tonight's journey together. You trudge down narrow lanes lined with wooden stalls, their red lanterns swaying gently in the morning breeze. The smell of fresh steamed buns mingles with the earthy scent of wet paper, reminding you that paper and tea are the twin lifeblood of song culture. City walls loom in the distance, ancient but sturdy, enclosing a world of innovation and tradition. Merchants call out their wares fine silks from the South ceramics with delicate glazes and bundles of fragrant tea leaves harvested from misty hills. You catch snippets of conversation in the air, scholars discussing poetry, traders negotiating deals, and children laughing as they chase each other along stone-paved streets. Historians still argue whether song cities were truly as cosmopolitan and vibrant as some accounts suggest, or if these descriptions romanticize a more chaotic reality. Regardless, the pulse of daily life was unmistakable. You pause by a tea house, its wooden sign creaking softly. Inside, steam rises from delicate porcelain cups, and patrons sit in quiet camaraderie, savoring the calm that tea brings amid the urban bustle. This morning's scene is a sensory blend of sights, sounds, and smells, a gentle prelude to the complex, beautiful world of song everyday life, where tea and paper shape both culture and routine. You slide deeper into the delicate art of tea, a ritual woven into the fabric of Song Dynasty life that goes beyond mere drinking. It's a daily practice, a social glue, and a path to calm contemplation. In these cities and countryside alike, tea is more than a beverage. It's an experience shaped by culture, philosophy, and even politics. A key fact grounds you: the Song Dynasty saw the flowering of tea culture with detailed manuals and poetry, celebrating tea's preparation and appreciation. The process, from picking the leaves to whisking powdered tea into frothy cups, became an art form reflecting refinement and mindfulness. You stumble on a quirky detail. Some tea connoisseurs were so particular they could detect the tiniest variations in water quality or the season of harvest, as if they were sommeliers of the leaf. Imagine a tea judge swirling a cup and declaring, "Ah, this one hints of early spring rain and mountain mist." Historians still argue whether tea culture was primarily an elite pastime or a widespread daily habit. While tea ceremonies were grand in imperial courts and scholar gatherings, tea drinking also thrived in bustling marketplaces and humble homes, crossing social divides. You imagine stepping into a tea house where scholars debate philosophy over steaming cups. Merchants relax after a day's bargaining, and poets find inspiration in the gentle aroma. Tea becomes a language of calm, a shared ritual that slows time and opens conversation. The preparation involves more than just boiling water. It's about the careful choice of utensils, ceramic bowls, bamboo whisks, and fragrant charcoal, and a measured rhythm that transforms making tea into meditation. The sound of whisking froth and the sight of swirling steam create a sensory calm. Tea's significance extends beyond the personal. It's a symbol of hospitality, respect, and cultural identity, a shared practice that bridges city and countryside, past and present. As you sip the imagined bittersweet brew, you feel the centuries-old invitation to pause, breathe, and savor a timeless calm in a world always moving. You find yourself turning the fragile, fragrant pages of the Song Dynasty's most revolutionary invention, paper. Paper, once a simple medium, became a cornerstone of communication, education, and culture, an everyday marvel shaping how people thought, worked, and connected. A solid fact anchors you during the Song Dynasty. Papermaking techniques improved dramatically, leading to thinner, more durable sheets, and the widespread availability of paper. This allowed books, letters, and official documents to circulate more widely than ever before. Here's a quirky tidbit. Some scholars used paper infused with perfume or decorated with delicate paintings, turning writing into a multisensory experience like sending a scented letter or a tiny portable artwork. Historians still debate how much papermaking innovations during the Song contributed to the rise of literacy and bureaucratic efficiency. Was it a catalyst for mass education, or mostly confined to the elite? Likely, it played a key role in both. You imagine bustling workshops where skilled artisans prepare mulberry bark hemp and bamboo fibers, beating them into pulp and carefully crafting sheets under the sun. The air smells faintly of wet wood, and earth a testament to craftsmanship and patience. The spread of paper fueled the printing revolution. Woodblock printing made books and official decrees accessible, fostering an information boom that touched all levels of society. Suddenly, poetry, philosophy, and technical manuals were no longer rare treasures but common tools. You picture a scholar unfurling a scroll of printed texts, the rustle of paper accompanying quiet study in a serene courtyard. Paper transformed knowledge from oral tradition into tangible, lasting form. Everyday life depended on paper not just for reading, but for practical uses like wrapping goods, making lanterns, and even creating decorative window screens. As you touch the imagined texture of soft, slightly rough paper, you feel connected to a world where ideas could flow freely forever, changing the rhythm of daily life. You weave your way into the vibrant heart of Song Dynasty marketplaces, bustling crossroads, where goods, stories, and ideas mingle in a sensory feast. These markets are the lifeblood of urban life places, where the aroma of spices meets the chatter of merchants and the clink of coins echoes alongside the shuffle of feet. A key fact grounds you. Song cities were famous for their expansive markets, some sprawling over several city blocks, offering everything from silk and tea to paper and ceramics. These hubs were centers of economic vitality and social interaction. You notice a quirky detail. Street vendors sometimes used loud rhythmic chants to advertise their wares, turning shopping into a lively auditory spectacle, ancient marketing with flair. Imagine a vendor shouting fresh tea leaves best in the city to a beat that sticks in your head. Historians still argue how regulated these markets were. Were they orderly centers under city officials' control, or chaotic free-for-alls full of bargaining and street performances? Evidence points to a dynamic mix of both. You imagine strolling through narrow aisles lined with colorful stalls, each bursting with treasures, delicate porcelain, glistening in the sun stacks of freshly printed books, fragrant herbs bundled neatly, and vibrant textiles waving in the breeze. The marketplaces were also hubs of cultural exchange. Travelers and merchants from distant regions brought new goods and ideas, turning these spaces into melting pots of innovation and tradition. You hear merchants negotiating prices, shoppers haggling with smiles, and children weaving through crowds, their laughter adding a lightness to the busy scene. The air is thick with the mingled scents of food, ink, and earth. As you pause to sip a cup of street-brewed tea, you feel the pulse of daily life in song. Cities, a rhythm of trade, connection, and constant motion, all underpinned by the age-old comforts of tea and paper. You slip quietly into the intimate world of Song Dynasty homes, where family life unfolds in layers of routine ritual and quiet moments steeped in tradition. Here, amid the soft glow of paper lanterns and the aroma of simmering broths, everyday life takes shape. A grounded fact sets the scene. Song families were typically multi-generational, with grandparents, parents, and children living under one roof. Filial piety and respect for elders structured daily interactions and shaped household dynamics. You notice a quirky detail. It was common for families to hang decorative paper cuttings on windows and doors during festivals, blending artistry with domestic warmth a bit like ancient mood lighting with paper flair. Historians still debate the precise roles women played in Song households, given the era's Confucian ideals, emphasizing male authority, but also acknowledging women's vital contributions in managing homes, finances, and child rearing. You picture the morning bustle, women preparing tea with practiced grace, children sweeping courtyards, and elders exchanging stories over slow breakfasts. The house's layout, a courtyard surrounded by rooms, encourages family togetherness, while offering private spaces for study and rest. Domestic rituals punctuate the day: tea ceremonies to welcome guests, family meals, fostering bonds, and quiet reading sessions illuminated by oil lamps. These routines knit the family fabric tightly. You also sense the importance of education within the household. Even at home, children begin learning calligraphy and Confucian texts guided patiently by parents or tutors. The kitchen emits savory smells as meals are prepared from seasonal ingredients, blending simplicity with flavor. Sharing food is a daily act of love and tradition. As evening falls and lanterns flicker to life, you feel the warmth of family, a place where calm, care, and continuity flourish amid the changing world beyond. You enter the quiet, contemplative world of song scholars, men and women devoted to poetry, calligraphy, and the pursuit of knowledge. These literati shaped cultural life, blending intellectual rigor with artistic expression, often within serene gardens or candlelit studies. A foundational fact anchors this scene. The Song Dynasty is renowned for its scholarly achievements and flourishing arts with civil service examinations, emphasizing literary skill and Confucian wisdom as paths to official success. A quirky tidbit: some scholars carried portable writing kits, brushes, inkstones, and paper so they could capture sudden bursts of inspiration while wandering nature, blurring lines between scholar and poet, thinker and artist. Historians still argue how accessible literary culture was beyond the elite. While major centers of learning were urban and exclusive, evidence suggests that poetry and calligraphy inspired a wider public, seeping into popular culture and daily conversation. You imagine sitting among scholars in a tea-house courtyard, the scent of brewed tea mingling with ink and aged paper. Conversations drift from poetic metaphors to debates on ethics and governance punctuated by laughter and thoughtful silences. Calligraphy is more than writing. It's an art form, a reflection of personality and philosophy. Brush strokes flow like water, capturing the scholar's mood and mastery in each character. You notice how poetry served multiple roles, a form of personal expression, a social currency, and a way to engage with nature and the divine. Scholars wrote verses about tea's delicate aroma, the fleeting beauty of blossoms, and the changing seasons. As dusk descends, lantern light reveals delicate scrolls unfurled on tables, showcasing elegant script and evocative imagery. The atmosphere is one of calm creativity and deep reflection. This world of letters and artistry offers a glimpse into the intellectual heartbeat of the song, where wisdom and beauty converge over cups of tea and strokes of the brush. You wander into the lively realm of song tea houses, vibrant social spaces, where the ritual of tea drinking blossoms into connection, relaxation, and subtle entertainment. These houses are more than places to sip. They are the living rooms of the city, humming with conversation music and cultural exchange. A grounded fact centers this scene. Tea houses became widespread in song cities, serving as hubs for merchant scholars and common folk alike. They provided respite from bustling streets and a venue for poetry recitals, chess matches, and philosophical debates. A quirky detail, some tea houses featured unique teapots shaped like animals, or mythical creatures sparking delight and conversation. Imagine ordering tea from a dragon-shaped pot, watching steam curl like a mystical spell. Historians still argue how inclusive tea houses were, whether they catered mostly to men or also welcomed women and diverse social classes. While many tea houses were male-dominated, evidence points to a more varied patronage in certain urban centers. You imagine entering a tea house fragrant with brewed leaves and warm wooden tables polished by countless hands, where patrons lean forward eagerly discussing poetry or current events. The clink of porcelain mingles with soft laughter and the scratch of brushes on paper. Tea preparation is an art here, with skilled servers performing delicate pouring and frothing rituals, heightening the sensory experience. The slow pace encourages mindfulness and social bonding. Music often accompanies these gatherings, flutes, zithers, and gentle percussion providing a calming backdrop, while patrons engage in games or quiet reading. You feel the tea house's role as a cultural crossroads, where ideas percolate as richly as the tea-bridging classes and professions in a shared pursuit of calm and camaraderie. As you sip your imaginary cup, you sense the profound simplicity of these spaces' daily retreats, where the ancient practice of tea nurtured body, mind, and community. You slip into the bustling workshops and studios where song craftsmen bring everyday objects to life with precision and artistry. These artisans shape ceramics, textiles, paper, and metalwork, each piece reflecting both skill and cultural values. A key fact grounds you: the Song Dynasty was a golden age for craftsmanship, with innovations in porcelain glazing, silk, weaving, and papermaking elevating ordinary goods into prized treasures. A quirky tidbit, some ceramic makers embedded tiny hidden marks or poems into their works, like secret signatures or playful messages for the lucky finder. It's ancient street art, but on your teacup. Historians still debate how widespread the influence of court-sponsored workshops was versus local independent artisans. The evidence suggests a rich mix of elite patronage and thriving small-scale craftspeople. You imagine walking through a workshop filled with the smell of wet clay, the rhythmic tapping of hammers on metal and the soft rustling of silk threads. Master craftsmen guide apprentices teaching techniques passed down for generations. The creation of paper central to the song economy and culture involves delicate processes, soaking mulberry bark, pressing sheets, and drying them on bamboo racks. Each sheet carries the touch of countless hands. Textiles shimmer in vibrant dyes, extracted from plants and minerals with patterns inspired by nature mythology and imperial motifs. Weaving is both a practical skill and a form of storytelling. In these workshops, innovation meets tradition, potters experiment with new glazes, and weavers develop intricate brocades, all while maintaining a connection to heritage. You notice how craftsmanship was a source of pride and identity, linking maker-user and culture in a shared appreciation of beauty and function. As you inhale the earthy scents and hear the artisan's tools, you feel connected to the pulse of everyday creativity that shaped song life. You step into the colorful world of Song Dynasty festivals and celebrations, vibrant expressions of community faith and seasonal rhythms that brought joy and respite from daily toil. These events light up cities and villages alike, weaving tradition with lively entertainment. A firm fact grounds this scene major festivals like the Lantern Festival and Qingming Festival marked key moments in the lunar calendar, featuring parades, offerings, and communal feasts that reinforced social bonds and spiritual devotion. You catch a quirky detail during some celebrations. Elaborate dragon and lion dances filled streets with energy and spectacle, blending mythology with sheer fun. A bit like ancient flash mobs with costumes and drums. Historians still debate how much common people versus elites shaped these festivals, and whether they served more as religious rites or opportunities for social gathering and entertainment. Likely, they balanced both. You imagine bustling streets adorned with colorful lanterns, the air thick with incense and festive music. Vendors sell sweet pastries and roasted chestnuts, while children chase each other, their laughter mingling with drum beats. Processions wind through city gates carrying statues of deities, with participants donning elaborate robes and masks inviting blessings and warding off evil. The sensory richness sights, sounds, and smells creates an immersive experience. Family and friends gather for shared meals beneath paper lanterns, exchanging stories and renewing bonds. Poetry and song often accompany these moments, honoring nature's cycles and human resilience. You sense how festivals punctuate the year, marking time with moments of collective calm, celebration, and reflection, reminders of connection amid life's constant motion. As night deepens, fireworks light the sky, their colors fading into the quiet hum of the city, settling down, carrying echoes of ancient joy and communal spirit. You slip quietly into the halls of Song-era schools, where young minds gather under the watchful eyes of teachers immersed in the study of Confucian classics and the art of calligraphy. Education here is not just preparation for exams, it's a disciplined, lifelong journey toward moral and intellectual refinement. A grounded fact sets the tone the civil service examination system perfected during the Song Dynasty elevated education's importance, making mastery of Confucian texts the gateway to officialdom and social mobility. A quirky detail catches your ear. Some students carried small portable inkstones and brushes in decorative cases, practicing calligraphy during breaks, like ancient doodlers, refining their art with elegant strokes. Historians still debate the accessibility of education beyond the elite, with evidence of village schools and private tutors suggesting a broader, though uneven spread of literacy and learning. You imagine the rhythmic sound of brushes gliding over rice paper students, chanting classic passages, and teachers offering correction with patience. The courtyard classrooms are serene, shaded by bamboo and filled with the scent of ink and paper. Beyond, rote learning students engage in moral debates, poetry, composition, and the study of history, fostering a deep connection to culture and governance. Education cultivates not just knowledge, but character. The journey to mastery is arduous. Failure in exams was common, but the pursuit itself shaped citizens' sense of duty and identity. Families invested heavily in their children's education, hoping to secure a better future. As evening falls, flickering lanterns illuminate study halls, the soft glow encouraging quiet focus and reflection. The pursuit of knowledge is a communal act, connecting generations through shared values. You feel the heartbeat of song society in these schools, a testament to the power of education in shaping lives, cities, and the empire itself. You wander into the fragrant kitchens and bustling street stalls where the rich, culinary traditions of the Song Dynasty tantalize your senses. Food here is a celebration of nature's bounty and human creativity, blending fresh ingredients with intricate techniques to delight every palate. A foundational fact grounds you. Song cuisine is famous for its diversity, featuring a wide array of dishes ranging from delicate steamed buns and hand-pulled noodles to elaborate banquet feasts showcasing regional flavors. You notice a quirky detail. Street vendors often sold snacks like fried dough twists and sticky rice cakes, sometimes flavored with sweet osmanthus blossoms, a fragrant treat that adds a floral note to the bustling city streets. Historians still debate how much Song cuisine influenced later Chinese culinary traditions, or was shaped by regional preferences and trade networks. The era's emphasis on refinement and variety undoubtedly left a lasting mark. You imagine the sounds of sizzling woks, the aroma of freshly brewed tea, and the clatter of chopsticks in tea houses and homes. Food markets overflow with colorful produce, spices, and fresh fish, their vibrancy a feast for both eyes and appetite. The era's culinary innovations included the widespread use of soy sauce fermentation techniques and the popularization of tea as a palate cleanser between courses, enhancing the dining experience. Banquets were social events where poets recited verses and guests engaged in lively conversation. Food, serving as both sustenance and cultural currency. You savor the imagined flavors, the subtle sweetness of lotus root, the umami richness of bamboo shoots, and the crisp freshness of seasonal vegetables. Each bite connects you to a world where food nurtures body and spirit. As you lean back from the feast, you feel the warmth and vitality of song life, carried on the gentle breath of steamed rice and fragrant teas. You navigate the winding canals and crowded streets, experiencing the vital arteries of Song Dynasty transportation that connected cities, towns, and countryside in a web of commerce and culture. Movement here is constant, a blend of waterways, roads, and bustling ports that keep the empire humming. A key fact grounds you: the Song Dynasty perfected the use of canals and rivers for transporting goods and people, with an extensive network that facilitated trade and communication across vast distances. You discover a quirky tidbit: some cargo boats were specially designed with removable roofs to pass under low bridges, showcasing the ingenuity and adaptability of Song engineers. Imagine a fleet of floating chariots navigating narrow waterways with nimble grace. Historians still debate how this advanced transport network affected regional economies and social mobility. While it boosted trade and urban growth, it also introduced challenges like congestion and maintenance. You imagine yourself gliding along a canal in a slender wooden boat, the water reflecting lantern light as merchants call out their destinations. Pack animals and carts jostle on stone-paved roads, carrying silk, tea, and paper to bustling markets. Ports bustle with sailors unloading goods from foreign lands, spices, gems, and textiles arriving from distant seas, enriching song cities with global connections. Travelers rest at inns along trade routes exchanging news and stories, weaving a tapestry of information that spread across the empire. You sense the rhythm of movement shaping life constant, yet ordered a dance of wheels, oars, and footsteps that underpins the song's vibrant economy. As the sun sets, the glow of lanterns reflects in the waterways, a serene contrast to the day's busy flow, inviting calm amid ceaseless motion. You stroll through the tranquil gardens and green spaces cherished by the song people, oases of beauty and reflection amid the bustling cities and sprawling towns. These gardens are carefully designed sanctuaries where nature and human artistry blend seamlessly. A foundational fact anchors this scene. Song Dynasty gardens emphasized naturalistic landscapes, using rocks, water plants, and architecture to create harmonious environments that invite contemplation and respite. A quirky detail delights you. Some garden ponds were stocked with colorful koi fish, which were believed to bring good fortune and symbolize perseverance. Imagine watching these elegant swimmers glide beneath lotus leaves, a living meditation in motion. Historians still argue how accessible gardens were, whether primarily elite retreats or also enjoyed by common citizens in smaller community green spaces. Regardless, the love for nature was widespread. You picture yourself walking along winding paths bordered by bamboo groves and blooming plum trees. The soft crunch of gravel underfoot punctuated by bird song and the gentle splash of water. Stone bridges arch gracefully over trickling streams, inviting you to pause and reflect. Pavilions offer shaded rest spots where scholars compose poetry. Families gather for tea, and friends share quiet conversation. The gardens are microcosms of balance, order, and spontaneity, permanence, and change. You notice how garden design often incorporated symbolic elements. Rocks representing mountains, water embodying the flow of life, and plants chosen for their seasonal beauty or poetic significance. As afternoon light filters through maple leaves, you feel a profound calm, a timeless connection to nature cultivated with care and intention. These gardens embody the song ethos, life enriched by harmony, artistry, and moments of quiet grace amid a busy world. You step into the spiritual heartbeat of the Song Dynasty, where daily life intertwines with the rhythms of Buddhism, Taoism, and local folk practices. Religion here is not distant, but woven seamlessly into homes, streets, and festivals, shaping both public and private moments. A key fact grounds this world. Song Society embraced a diverse religious landscape, with Buddhism and Taoism flourishing alongside ancestral worship and popular folk beliefs. Temples and shrines dotted cities and countryside alike, offering places of prayer, meditation, and communal gathering. You find a quirky detail: some households maintained small altars adorned with paper offerings. Miniature houses, money, and food, burned to send blessings to ancestors and spirits. It's like ancient version of sending a care package through smoke signals, Historians still debate how syncretic these religious practices were, whether people compartmentalized beliefs or blended them fluidly in daily life. Evidence points to a vibrant mix where rituals borrowed freely across traditions. You imagine walking through a temple courtyard, fragrant with incense lanterns, casting soft light on intricate wood carvings. Monks chant sutras, their voices rising and falling like waves, while lay people offer fruits and flowers. Religious festivals fill the calendar with colorful processions, music, and communal meals, punctuating the year with moments of reflection and celebration. You notice how spiritual practice provided comfort and structure amid the rapid changes of song urban life, offering a sense of continuity and community. As twilight falls, you feel the quiet power of faith threading through everyday acts, a whispered prayer, a bow before an altar, the gentle ringing of temple bells. In this sacred tapestry, religion is both anchor and inspiration, guiding song people through the complexities of their vibrant world. You arrive at the gentle close of your journey as night falls softly over Song Dynasty cities and countryside, wrapping the world in calm and reflection. The streets, quiet lanterns dim, and the rich aromas of tea and incense linger in the cool air, an invitation to pause and ponder the day's rhythms. A comforting fact settles in despite the hustle and vibrancy of daytime song society. Valued nightfall as a time for rest, family, and quiet contemplation. Homes became sanctuaries, and the city's pulse slowed to a soothing lull. You imagine yourself sitting in a dimly lit room, a warm cup of tea in hand, delicate paper scrolls unfurled before you. Their inked characters whispering tales of poets, philosophers, and everyday lives intertwined with nature and craft. Historians still debate the exact nature of nighttime life, whether the city ever truly rested or thrived in nocturnal markets and social gatherings. Regardless, night held a sacred space for renewal and calm. You feel the layers of song daily life teas, comforting rituals, paper's transformative power gardens, serene beauty, and the ever-present hum of human connection blending into a harmonious whole. As your eyelids grow heavy, you hear the soft rustle of silk, the faint murmur of family voices, and the distant drip of water from stone fountains, a lullaby composed across centuries. Rest now carried gently by the echoes of a world where wisdom and simplicity met in tea and paper, where everyday moments were crafted into timeless grace. Thank you for sharing this peaceful journey through the Song Dynasty's heart. Sweet dreams.